Alright guys, today's episode, we got two stocks that we traded. Our first one was EVOK. So EVOK comes up on the scanner, 7 a.m. I see that it has a pattern. So usually the patterns don't really get the most amount of attention. At least from the stocks that I've seen that have gotten patterns, it doesn't really do like a crazy move. So I wasn't expecting anything too crazy from this, but I saw this pop up on the scanner. It goes up, right? I wait for a pullback. I'm trying to get in right here, but I actually get filled in at 8:25. I got filled in at 8:25, and I'm actually holding this position for about 4 minutes. So what I'm waiting for is to break over $9, 8.50, $9, and since I got filled in at 8:25, it was hovering over 8.50, 40, and honestly, I was trying to get a really big breakout towards 8.50 to 9, and it just wasn't going. I sold around 7 at 4:06 in the morning, so around the peak of this candle. I sold for an average of 8.40, so I only got in for $15 profit, so not much. So I didn't really check the 200 EMA on this. So our 200 EMA is already well below the price that we were trading at. It's 4.36. So let's see what resistance what we were getting in the morning. So yeah, look, this is the resistance we were running into in the morning right here, 8.50, and this candle wick up to 9.81. That is the resistance level that we were working with. I didn't really see this in the morning, so I didn't go into this trade looking at that. I woke up and I was like, all right, I'm ready, and this is something I didn't account for. It could be important. I know I said sometimes like it's best when the 200 EMA is way above the current price that it's trading at, just because that way there's more room to the upside. But now there's actually a bit more room to the downside. But considering that we were trading around $8, we were close to breaking this candle in some form. We're not as close, but it was getting there. But you can see it sold off for the rest of the morning and was flat from there. The next stock I traded was APM. So APM, this one, the news catalyst for this was an approval for their genotype testing, which is actually really good for biotech stocks. Whenever they get some sort of approval of either a drug or whatever product they're using, it's usually really good. The price action from this morning was honestly a bit slow, so I was kind of frustrated. You can see how from here, when I saw this later in the day, I was like, oh wow, this made a huge move. I wish it did this during pre-market, but it's a lower price stock, so it's gonna happen. But sometimes the price actions can be really quick, from 2 to 4, 2 to 6. It can be quick, but that's not what was happening here. This one, I felt like I got really sloppy on this trade. Reason being is because I took my entry way too soon. But I also couldn't take my profits at where I wanted to. So let's see, I filled in 200, 100. I was in 800 shares. And my average was 193. So I was in 193 and 800 shares. It rose up to 208. I tried to sell immediately. I couldn't get filled. And I was like, oh, dang, what's going to happen now? I'm still seeing lots of bidders on level 2. It's tightly packed. It's not so loose, in terms of the bid and ask. So there are lots of buyers and there's also lots of sellers. So I'm watching this go down, and I'm like, okay, this is getting close to my stop loss, 193, right? And then as soon as it drops to 170, I'm like, okay, what's going on? And I'm looking at the 1 minute chart. I'm giving it a bit longer. Reason is because the pullback on the 1 minute, and the MACD was still open. If I noticed that it was trying to diverge down like this in this area, so I'm looking for this divergence right here. Every time I'm trying to trade or looking for an exit, I'm looking for this breaking point right here. It was still pretty open, so I was like, okay, this is likely the dip that I should have been taking instead of taking the trade up here up to 193. But honestly, began to rose up, and I started exiting around $2, 204. The price was, I was slowly scalping up. I was taking profit as I went up. So it's not like I didn't take profits all at once. I was scalping, just slowly getting the profits when I could, and I felt that at this point, my last exit was 412. I felt from here that there wasn't going to be enough momentum, but a little bit longer it did break up over 2, and I was watching this live, but I'm not going to hold around this area. Far as I know, that this could just sink and I could further my losses, so I was playing this one a little bit risky and I didn't really feel comfortable. I kind of was off this trade and felt uncomfortable, so I really would have much liked rather I would have rather have to get in this area right here, 160, 170, and profited by 30 cents or 20 cents. But we still profited pretty well on the day. It's a base hit day today. Let me pull it up right here. Yep. So this is the profit for the day, 57.85. Pretty good. Hit my daily goal at $7. And yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow and get some sleep. All right. Take care.